Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here on the channel, yes, hi, hello, my name is Tuna. I'm an illustrator and comic maker from Canada, and here on the channel I share all about my life as a full-time artist, or at least I have been for the past several years, but I've been a bit AFK for the past couple of months, so welcome to the first vlog of 2026. If this is not your first time on the channel, you might be able to tell that I sound weird. I am on day 9 of the flu that's been going around. Last weekend, about 10 days ago, I went to Fan Expo for one day. I did not have a table at Fan Expo. For whatever reason, they have not given me one since 2018 or 2019. Several of my friends, in fact, almost everybody that I knew was in the artist alley, so I wanted to go by, be on the other side of the table for once, walk around, say hi. Obviously, it's the first show of the year, and I haven't seen a lot of my friends since last summer. It was so busy in there though, and as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh girl, you in danger, because yeah, I had not gotten sick all winter, but I managed to catch whatever was going around that weekend, as well as almost all of my friends. We all got totally KO'd, had a fever for 3 days. But I've been putting off recording this for a few days now, and I just have to bite the bullet because I have a lot of really cool things to share with you starting tomorrow. So the main focus of the last 2 months is that I have a gallery show that's coming up. We're setting it up tomorrow, so I'm gonna take you with me and we're gonna hang all of the art. This is at a tattoo studio here in Vancouver on Commercial Drive called Liquid Amber Tattoo. And the way that I got involved in this is one of my friends from the convention circuit who I met at, I want to say it was a Got Craft 2 or 3 years ago. He knows the people who run the tattoo studio. They asked him if he wanted to do a show. He was like, yes, but I'm gonna need more people because I don't have enough to do a solo show. He reached out to me. I said that I was interested, but I was kind of waffling. The tattoo studio reached out to another person named Megan. So there's David, there's Megan, and there's me. And the 3 of us came together to put together a group show. And we decided to call it Familiar. So that's the name and theme of the group show. And this was a perfect opportunity for me to be like, hey guys, I have an idea for a theme, because the theme of Familiar was something that I wrote down in my journals like quite a long time ago, over a year ago, because I love it. As a theme, it's a feeling that you often do want to evoke in art. It's the word that you use to describe an animal companion, which is obviously a big theme in my work, and it's also a theme in Megan and David's work as well. And it has so many other meanings that you can also interpret from it, so it's kind of like a really broad theme that if you choose a specific direction to take, it can be quite poignant, I guess. I don't know. While I know that Megan and David were recycling some existing original art for the show, I was able to take it as the opportunity to start fresh because I am an illustrator first and foremost. I'm more of a commercial artist, and I don't tend to make a lot of work that is art. It's not art. I don't know. It's illustration and stuff like that. So for me, the personal challenge was, let's create a gallery show collection based on this theme that is outside of the box of the realm of the sort of stuff that I usually make. I only had 2 months. I will show you some of my sketchbook spreads here of my starting point for coming up with the idea for this show. So I knew I wanted to do cats, but I wasn't really sure exactly how I wanted that to be expressed. And as I was making the art, I also didn't really know how it was going to be expressed until I sort of got to the end and ended up with the collection that I'm going to show you. And on this page in particular, the only things that ended up actually being a part of the show is the semi-real style rug and the little tufted cat head rug. So those were the first ones that I tackled. I don't know if you remember, a couple of videos ago, I received a rug tufting kit as promotion to do a video and give it a try. And I don't know if you remember that I loved it. I really did love it, by the way. I would never try and sell you guys a product that I didn't feel good about. And as soon as I finished those pieces that you saw on camera, I completed 2 more that I sold at Weirdos Market. You may have seen clips in that particular vlog. And then since then, I completed 2 large rug pieces for this gallery show, but in between that I wanted to get into needle punch as well, and needle punch is basically the manual version of rug tufting. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details of the differences, but that was the first project that I undertook. So I had embroidery hoops and I created a template and did 6 different cat heads based on cats that I have had in my life. So this piece of art is called To All the Cats I've Loved Before. I really enjoyed working on this particular set because there was a lot of trial and error in understanding how this particular medium worked and the style that I wanted to use. And most of these were done in January, right at the beginning of the year, while I was watching like GDQ. This is a good week of television, just punch needling in front of the TV. I haven't picked it up since then, really. I should. That was the first set. That was the first piece that I finished. Now I'll show you another sketchbook page here. We're kind of jumping around in time a little bit. This is a lot of ideas. So all of these sketches were very exploratory, and also I think that a lot of them are good ideas. The way that I come up with a collection is I overshoot and then I start trimming away like what is not feasible in a short period of time. So there's several, like the head in the middle here, I have this Frankie Stein styling head, that's what they call it, from Monster High that I got at the thrift store. And I thought it'd be really cool to like customize that and have like little tiny cats all over her head. And I will still probably do something like that, but just the level of ambition needed to be brought back a little bit. One of the ideas here is this Cuddle Puddle girl. And now this is based off of a sticker design that I did back in November 2024. And it was never really a particularly popular design, but I really liked it and I wanted to turn it into a painting. So when coming up with ideas for this collection, it was important to me to have a variety of mediums and designs and just kind of like indulge in all of the different stuff that I'm interested in, and doing a painting that was not a pet portrait is one of them. So I think I might have like some work in progress photos to show you here, but I did not really know what I was doing while I was painting this, so I didn't really document it. And like, again, just future advice, if you are interested in content creation at all, don't be like me, just film everything and be like, if I do anything with it, great. If I don't, I don't. Just film everything by default. It's great to just have the footage in case you need it. Here is the final piece. This is 18 by 24 canvas with mixed acrylics. So the background is acrylic paint and the bulk of the painting is acrylic gouache paint. And then the frame I purchased from Michael's and spray painted pink because I had like a vision. I just had a vision of it having this pink frame on it, and when it like was finished and it all came together, I was like, oh my god, this is exactly what I was imagining. And because the canvas that I used was like not very deep cradled, I felt like it felt kind of cheap. And so now that it has this huge frame on it, I'm like, yeah, this is like a luxe piece, and this is the only painting that I completed for the show. All right, now once I had completed the purple cat rug, which is the one that's based on Nori, I felt pretty confident, and when I posted the image to social media, like people responded really well, and I am only human, so I was like, oh, this is great, I'm gonna chase this feeling. So I decided to do a companion piece of Flapjack to go with the Nori rug. So that one I completed pretty recently as well. I had it propped up on my desk here, like right in front of where you are, for so long while it was like a work in progress, because I was feeling like it wasn't coming out as well as the Nori one was, because it is more complicated and more challenging basically. And I had made some mistakes that, you know, hopefully nobody will notice except for me. But when I did finally wrap it up, I really love how both of these pieces came out. I also meant to put like Flapjack's head on the opposite side, but I got confused with like the backwards and the forwards of tracing the image onto the canvas. But I think it's really cool. Like maybe being a fiber artist is actually going to be a bigger part of my identity than I ever could have expected when I got the rug tufting kit in the mail. I don't know what my next project is going to be, but I am looking forward to probably getting started next week. But the final piece that I created for this show is a set of risograph prints. Basically, like the way that the show will work is that if people purchase things, it's supposed to be on display for 2 months or 3 months or something, and if people purchase things, they're going to have the opportunity to take them home right away, and so things will be leaving the walls. And I wanted to have something that could be reproduced that was not a one-off original, so that first of all it gives people a lower price point to purchase something and take home some art, but then I can like replace it on the wall if it is selling. And I haven't done any Riso in a really long time, so I thought that that would be fun. We have a couple of excellent studios here in Vancouver as of fairly recently, so I went with Copycat Studio, which is in Richmond at Aberdeen Mall, and it's run like by artists, for artists. Like the very concept of the shop is about like illustration and prints of like an anime kind of inspired philosophy. Working with Lou, who runs the shop, was really easy. She helped me to format the files and make sure that they turned out perfectly. And yeah, I think they turned out so cool. There's just 2 colors, so it's a blue and a pink, and then you get purple when you mix the 2 of them together. I have 50 copies of each. They will be coming with me to conventions because I seriously doubt I'm gonna sell 100 prints at this like art show alone. And I really felt like once those were complete, like I felt like I was done. So a big part of this collection was like, how do you call it finished when you just have like an infinite like supply of ideas to try and execute. And once those Riso prints were done, I was like, okay, I can unburden myself. And that was last Monday, the day before this whole sick thing happened. So thank goodness I got that out of the way before I got sick, so I wasn't really stressing. And the last 24 hours, 48 hours, I've been finishing everything. So I spray painted the frames. I've been backing the rugs because you gotta like put a piece of felt on the back just to make it look nice and tidy. Kind of trying to come up with like how I'm going to hang this stuff on the wall. And I also had to kind of like come up with my artist statement for the show. And like I mentioned earlier in this ramble, I kind of had some ideas about the vision going into it, but I didn't have a clear idea of what the statement of the collection actually was. And so I wrote it out. I was like, okay, let's do it. What is this collection all about? So I'm just gonna read you out what I wrote because that's just easier. Here in Familiar, Tuna explores her favorite subject, cats. She never feels complete without a furry friend by her side, and her 2 current sidekicks, Nori and Flapjack, serve as the inspiration for this collection. Exploring the softness of cats through both color and form, she aims to foster feelings of familiarity in the viewer to their own experiences with the cuddly critters. The warmth of a beloved cat is a place of comfort and safety, feelings which Tuna hopes reflects in the viewer while experiencing the art. Whether or not you're a cat person, may this collection bring a smile to your face on a day when you need it most. The last couple things I wanted to say about the Familiar Art Show is if you would like to see it in person, if you're here in Vancouver, everything will be hung by the time this video is up at Liquid Amber Tattoo Collective on Commercial Drive. You can pop by anytime that they are open to go check things out. There's gonna be some exclusive merchandise available there too. You can buy one of the originals if you're feeling a little bit liquid. And if you are a really big fan of cats or my art, for the first time ever, I will be offering a flash tattoo sheet at the shop. So I think the way it works, I need to like get confirmation, is that you can just pick it and then they'll just assign you with an artist who's able to do it at the time of your like specificity. I did all of these line work cats, so you can choose one of these. Maybe we'll be able to set it up where you can get like a custom like fur pattern design on it or something. But I think that's just for the duration of the show from March to May. So if you aren't interested in getting a tattoo, ta-da! I think I'm gonna get the one with the butthole because that one's based on Flapjack, like lying on his stomach. He always does that with his legs. And I actually don't have any of my own art tattooed on me at all yet. So I think that this will be like a fun little like timestamp of this gallery show and the first time that my art has been officially available as a tattoo. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Wow. So today is Wednesday, February 25th. Tomorrow, Thursday, February 26th, we're gonna set up. Then the show's just kind of open, and then we're doing this like thing called an art social on April 10th, but I'll tell you more about that as we get closer to April 10th. Without further ado, I managed not to lose my voice during this whole ramble. Let's go set up the art show that I've just been telling you all about.
Like that would be a hard job. A little perspective is helpful. Because I think we just took those ones. Yeah, see, no one has prices, so
Okay.
it's fine to put them in there.
Sure.
But we should have a conversation before you leave today.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what do you want to charge
Yeah.
for the drawing? And
Exactly.
then you'll be paid that.
Good.
Yeah.
I remember when Jesse took time off like 4 years ago. That's exactly.
Yeah, but this time
I feel like today's the first day where I feel anywhere kind of close to normal, yeah, but I got sick on the Monday night, basically, woke up sick on the Tuesday, and then, yeah, Tuesday through Thursday, I was completely KO'd, and then it's been a real slow crawl back to...
I felt really bad because on the Tuesday at Expo, it was... Yeah, it looks pretty big.
And then if you want to see like a little nice on what I'll do is okay, well let's just think here. So we've got this section that and what if you want to I've got some more and then can you pass this again? And then if it's not wanting to stay straight, then we can put the hooks on either side, which is another technique that we've done.
So there's a hook on the tail,
Try that.
and then a hook in the middle.
Hook in the middle. Oops. Here. There's that one. No.
Just the thing is like because of they bow forward
Yeah.
if they don't have enough support.
Yeah.
So this should be okay.
I want to keep your art in the light.
Oh
so-
yes. Let's see.
I didn't try those ones just yet. This one's only funny because it sort of is supposed to sit.
I love how my stuff's like almost a little, like, they're both pretty pastels, but mine's a bit darker theme, so it's on the dark wall,
So
and
it's
yours
on
is
dark
just
wall,
like
and yours
super happy, and it's on the
definitely
bright
has
wall.
that
It's kind of like, gives that perfect, weird balance.
Contrast.
Yes. Which weird world do you want to live in? Both of them.
And then when you face this way, like the darkness is behind you, and when
Yeah.
you're facing the darkness, like there's always light like on the horizon. Welcome to part 2 of this video, which is the market section of the video. Now, this is my first market of the year. This is the Paper, Pin, and Patch show being run by the Etsy Co. Vancouver gals, who I've done several shows here in Vancouver with in the past. Now, this was only a couple days after setting up, and I actually had to go home early during the setup for the gallery show because I was feeling so sick and I couldn't stop coughing. So 2 days later, here I am hitting the ground running to have a full day of sales. So the show is running from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just the one day, pretty short, pretty low impact with the setup and the takedown obviously afterwards. And luckily this happened to be like a super beautiful sunny day here in Vancouver. The venue that we are having this event at, we did a similar event about a year ago here, and it was also really sunny that day, which was perfect. And this one is like right on a main street. It's literally called Main Street. It's not like the main street in Vancouver, but it's a main street. So having the sun out meant we were going to get a lot of walk by traffic, which makes a huge difference for these types of events. I was set up right by the door, which is sometimes a blessing and sometimes a curse, so we will see how it ends up impacting sales. I lie as if I don't already know what happened, but otherwise the placement was pretty good and I had just enough space to set things up. Now, did I have enough time? Not really. I think I arrived with about an hour to set up, and I went at my usual pace, but because I was like right in front of the door, I was still just wrapping up by the time that they started letting people in, so I kind of end up finishing in a bit of a fluster. And I didn't have time the day before on the Friday to really do a lot of prep for this event, so I was kind of just rolling with whatever was in my suitcase. I did do like a quick unpack because everything was in storage and packed things back up, made sure that I definitely had all of my merchandise, missed out on a couple of sticker designs that I should have had. And the main thing that I did was I packaged up some of my planner stickers, which I had just released in January. You can see them right at the bottom of the screen there. into sets of 3 to sell at this paper pin and patch show because I thought that this would be a good audience for it. And I also had the 2 Riso prints that I showed earlier that I brought with me to the show, but I was really struggling to figure out where to put them on my table. So if you have any suggestion for like large size prints, like where can I put them? Because I had them hanging behind me and it just didn't really feel like people were really noticing that they were there or what they were, or really being able to see how freaking cute they are, because I didn't sell any. But anyway, it's really great to be back in the game. This is the only event that I have for a couple of months now, so I'm really glad that this breaks up kind of the winter doldrums and allows me to go out and see everybody that I know, reconnect with some of my favorite people, and meet tons of new people as well, which is, as we've talked about here on the channel, kind of like half of why I go to the effort of doing all of these markets in the first place. But yeah, you can see people are coming in as I'm just finishing up getting my sticker sheets out. The rushed feeling is not one that I usually want to go into a show with, but let's let the market begin. This is the first one of the year for me. I didn't do Fan Expo, and then there's not a lot between now and like the summer, so yeah, I do like sometimes one every other weekend, like flying across the country to do them, so it's a lot, but 3 in a row. And just so you know, the white part is transparent on that one. Is that okay? Cool. One sticker, just a little sales tax, so $5.25 on the screen when you're ready. Thank you so much. And I am doing free gift with every purchase today. You're very welcome. Thank you. Beautiful. You've got my sticker there. Yeah. Oh my God. Amazing. Thank you so much. Let's get that packaged up for you. Would you like a paper bag for it? Sorry, I'm in the cold wind here. My fingers are slower than usual. Just a little sales tax, so $15.75 on the screen. That's for you. Have fun. Thank you so much. So this is a collection of drawings that I did for people of their cats, so they're all real cats. You're in the right place if you like patches. The paper pin and patch show. One pin, one patch. There it is. $5 credit, and then are you doing card for the rest? Or yeah. Okay, cool. So let me do some quick math. 13 and 15 is 28. Negative 5 is 23. Woohoo! I can do math. All right, so 23. Little sales tax, $24.15, just on the screen for me, please. Lovely. Do you want a receipt? No, I'm good. This is for me, and then I will sign your card. There is that. Thank you. And there is that. Thank you. And again, we'll hook up soon, okay? Yes. All right, you're ready to go. Perfect. Thank you so much. Paper bag, please. Oh, yeah. You got it. And that's a $5 thingy. And are you doing card for the rest? Yes. There we go. So with the $5 off, $47.25, just on the screen for me. Would you like a receipt? Sure. And there's everything for you. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much. Absolutely. It is Meowth Man. You were right the first time. Would you like a paper bag for them?
Yes, please.
Good to go.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your day.
You too.
Just have like a cricket at home that you...
No, I do get them made for me because it would be... Cricut is great. I've used it before to hand make them, but like the amount of time you have to spend is... Oh. And my cats really like the Cricut machine, so they're always getting up in my business when I'm using it.
These two things.
You're the boss. Thank you so much. I'll tuck them in a paper bag. I've also got some freebie stickers today, so I'll put that in here. And then a cashier card.
Card if possible.
Yeah, of course. So just a little sales tax comes to 21. Yes. You can tap on the screen.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Perfect. And would you like a printed or emailed receipt?
Just neither.
Neither. Easy
I
peasy.
can't imagine that it was going to make me proof that I got.
You know, some people meticulously track their spending. I am not one of those people. So I really appreciate it. Did you get a stamp card when you came in?
My wife.
Oh, okay. If you want to swing by, you can get a signature, but yeah.
Does that benefit you in any way?
No, it's just for you. When you buy from 3 people, you get to enter the ballot. Yeah. All right.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Take care. Yeah. Business raccoon. Someone said that to me at a convention once. I thought it was so funny. I made it into a sticker.
I love when people like see my bird with you and you give stories.
Exactly.
That's the best part.
And like that's the best. Like coming to the markets, you know, I'm getting out and I'm interacting with the people, and I keep a notebook. So anytime I get an idea, I write it down.
Yeah.
It comes in very handy. Thank you so much. Yes, you can choose. You can adopt him directly, whichever one's speaking to you. You can let me know. Yeah. Do you want me to give you a paper bag? A paper bag? Yeah. No, not at all. I'm just so happy you're adopting a Nori. I really appreciate it. They're definitely like my passion project. So one Nori doll and one zine. That'll be $52.50 just on the screen for me. There we go. And a receipt for yourself as well? Yeah, you're good to go. There's your goodie bag. Thank you for everything. Have a great day. This one sort of counts as 2 sticker sheets. So if you did want to, there's a buy 3 get 1 free. If you bought a third sticker sheet, you get like another one for free. Yeah. Found a couple? Amazing, thank you so much. Would you like a paper bag for everything? Okay. And then paying by cash or card? Okay. Thank you so much. Did you need a printed or emailed receipt of that? Okay. And I have free stickers as well for today. And those for you. Thank you. Happy shopping, thanks a lot. There's so many different kinds of cats out there. So cute. I mean, the closest would probably be like this one. Yeah. But I'm always working on expanding it, so in the future I might do something closer. You're gonna go with the orange taxi. Let's do it. So just a little sales tax, $15.75 is the total. You can tap on the screen. Wonderful. Did you need a printed or emailed receipt of that? Okay. And I've got some freebie stickers today too. I'll come in there for you. You got a stamp card? Let's do it. Good to go. Appreciate it. Have a great day. All right, welcome back to the apartment, everybody. We are in the bedroom because there's some construction noise going on, and this is where it is the quietest. We don't usually film in here because the lighting is terrible, so please excuse me. I actually don't think I have worn makeup for any of the clips in this video, which might be a first. This is what happens when we are sick. So this is day 14. Happy day 14 of being sick, everybody. But made it through the paper pin and patch show, which was all we really needed to do because now I don't have anything for like 2.5 weeks until there's something where I actually have to leave the house and exist amongst the people. But as is tradition, let's do a quick wrap up. Kind of fun that this whole video ended up being 2 kind of exciting things, lots of talking, so I hope you like talking, but I have my notes for how the paper pin and patch show went. It was a great start to the 2026 convention season. I'm really pleased that things went so well. I was fully dead by the end of the day. I was just so tired from having to move things around and standing in the cold. Like, it was nice to be right in front of the door. It's not usually somewhere that I want to be, like at the entrance. I do think that you benefit a bit from not being at the entrance, but I also had to my left was the show's booth, so that's where you could go fill out your giveaway cards and put them into the ballot box, and then to my right was a pillar, so it kind of felt like there wasn't really like another vendor around me, because of course I have the curtain in the back as well to isolate me from those behind, which actually kind of worked out great because then I just like didn't have to talk to anybody beyond what was necessary with talking to customers. And because it was so busy, which was also great, it kept the flow of people moving, so there weren't like people hanging around like for a long chat, because I don't think I had the brain cells for a long chat that day. I even made like several mathematic mistakes anytime that I wasn't using the square reader. I just do the GST manually. I don't charge like pennies, like I don't charge like cents when I'm doing cash because I can't be bothered to. I just take the 5% hit off of the price of the item. Yeah, like people would order like 2 stickers and a sticker sheet and I'd be like, it's $15. And then they would walk away and I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's not how that maths. And overall, it was an above average single day for sales at $1,500-ish in sales. I was expecting like 800, so that was very, very fortuitous. Always nice to have a show at the last day of the month as well, because that then, you know, I'm going into March with my rent money being paid. Last year, you can go and watch the vlog for the Too Cute market that I did, which was also in February and also at the Heritage Hall and also run by the same people who ran this show, the Pin Paper Patch show. And that was also a pretty good day at around 1400. So I kind of like this time slot, I guess, for lack of a better word, because other than Fan Expo, we don't have anything else kind of competing right now like we do in the summer where there's something going on every single weekend. And I think it brings people out. And then I also think, and this is what the organizers, I was talking to them at the end, they are noticing better turnout for their niche shows. So a niche show being like paper, pin, and patch or kawaii merchandise versus come to this craft market. And it's very insightful because we're at the point where we're so deluged by events because there's a ton of demand from artists for events and event organizers. Maybe some of them have our best interests in mind, maybe some of them don't. And we just end up with a lot of events and some of them can get really repetitive. So I do agree that when you niche down, it's better. Those can be better events. Not necessarily as a rule, but they can be better events. And that's one thing that I have been looking into as well for planning for my 2026 is, yes, I am applying to everything that I enjoyed going to over the last 2 years and just putting my application in because you can't be too picky because you're never guaranteed that you're going to get into a show. That kind of leads into the future con plans for this year. So I last year and kind of the year before got really lucky and was accepted into a lot of events, and as a result I wanted to accept those acceptances and attend all of those events, and I ended up attending between like 15 to 20 both last year and the year before throughout the course of the entire year. And obviously some of those events were more successful and some of them were less successful. A lot of them were travel related, so that's like a lot of life energy that I'm dedicating to certain events, as well as a financial spend to get there with hopes that I will, see a pretty decent return. This year, I'm aiming to do, I keep saying 10, but I have a feeling that if I get into more, I'm just gonna do all the ones that I get into. So I think I'm just trying to find the balance, but I also think I'm not gonna get into as many markets this year. I was already rejected from OtaFest, which I think is a jury, but I got juried into it twice in a row, I think, or maybe it was Lotto. I honestly don't really keep track of that. And as it turned out, it is the same weekend as MCAF this year, so I was already accepted into MCAF, so it's not a big deal that I didn't get into OtaFest. But other events that I've applied to, like Animathon, I've applied to everything here, Minikami, Harumatsuri, all of the CAFs that are not MCAF, so I applied to VanCAF and TCAF and the Prairie Comics Festival, which is in Winnipeg. I applied to Icon. I don't have my list in front of me, but basically anything that was decent last year, I did apply to. I'm trying some new things, trying out the Pride markets, blah, blah, blah. And I just have this feeling like I'm not gonna get into anything. I feel like I'm not gonna get into Animathon, I'm not gonna get into Otakuthon, and then I don't think I'm gonna get into Animathon because I was there last year. So it's kind of up in the air, but as I mentioned, I am trying to work less this year. That includes these conventions. So if I don't get in, it's not going to be the end of the world. But financially, it's definitely like, not to get into too much detail, but at this time of year, I always have much less income than the rest of the year. It's kind of like a huge balloon of income over the summer when I'm doing all of these markets. The question that I have to ask myself is, if I'm going to work less this year, am I also going to sacrifice some of the sources of income that I already have and risk losing that, and then risk sending in my tax forms at the end of the year and being like, yes, I made half this year of what I did last year, Canadian government, please don't ask questions. and I guess I'm really only sharing this sort of side because I think that there is maybe this is a hot take, I think that there's a lot of posturing that goes on online about the amount of money that people make through YouTube, or through, first of all, I make no money through YouTube, and through conventions and shop drops and stuff where people are throwing around these gigantic numbers, and that's just not really a super accurate image of what being a full-time self-employed artist is. Because yes, maybe one time you sold $10,000 in a weekend and that's amazing, but then you can't do that every single weekend. So you have to be able to balance the boom and the bust, and be able to ride the waves of the economy and the luck-based algorithm and market acceptances. And that's what building a long-term career is all about, is being very flexible, having a lot of different options for income. I just want to reassure you that if things are slow for you, that's very normal. Things are slow for me, things are slow for other people. Some of it is within our control and some of it is not within our control. So if you do have the means to continue to pursue your artistic career through this slow period, focus on the stuff that you can control and how you can prop up your business, how you can find income through other means. Maybe get a part-time job. I've done that over the course of this, oh my God, I think it's been 11 years that I've been a full-time artist. And for like one of those years in the middle, when I was at like a pretty complicated point in my personal life, I got a part-time job at a comic book store, and it was like, it's my favorite job that I've ever had. You're never a failure. First of all, as long as you keep art in your life in some way, even if it's not something that you're able to monetize, like, please don't feel like you failed if your income is down, if you have a shop drop and nobody buys, if you run a Kickstarter and it doesn't go through, if you go to a con and you don't make as much profit as you want. Nothing is ever a failure. It's always an opportunity to learn. So maybe this was a really weird pep talk that wasn't really a pep talk. I'm gonna have to see what I said when I edit it all together, but this is the end of the video, so maybe it's a good time to say thank you to everybody over on Patreon who is helping to support the channel. I honestly cannot stress enough how important these people are to kind of making this full-time career continue to be successful. This is the only steady-ish source of income that I have. It's one of my longest ongoing projects. I think this is the 9th, we're coming into the 9th year soon, 8.5 years of running the Patreon and running the sticker club. And I have grown so much as an artist alongside all of these people who have been here, some of them from the very beginning in the Lunchbox sticker subscription club. So receiving a sticker sheet in the mail or more every single month. And this month I am doing a fun theme. It is a springtime cemetery theme. This was suggested and voted on by my patrons. And I know you guys always love kind of like the gothic witchy themes that I do. I try to keep things, you know, I try and do the themes all over the place, but we always do several spooky ones a year. This is one of those. I love that this is like symbolic of both life and death. I think working with themes of death can be really complicated because you don't want to, or at least I don't want to get too serious, so I have to like find this like line to straddle that keeps it kind of whimsical and beautiful without being too dark. So I have the sticker sheet here which has, you know, animals and flowers for spring and life, and then the gravestones for symbolizing death, and I really love how it came out. This one you can get for a $10 subscription, and you don't even need to stay subscribed. You can just sign up to basically buy it and then drop down to a lower tier to keep getting the other rewards that are available for $1 subscribers. Some months there's more than others. This month I'm trying to play catch up because there wasn't a lot last month. There's going to be several behind the scenes posts about my art and what I've been up to. I have some digital download coloring sheets planned, and whatever else I have available to share behind the scenes, that always goes up on Patreon for my $1 subscribers, because the $1 subscribers are just as important as the $10 or $25 subscribers. And if you would like to subscribe for $25, you'll get the sticker sheet and as well 3 more rewards. What I haven't revealed them yet. One of them is completed, I promise, probably 2 by the time this video goes up, but all on the springtime cemetery theme. You can find out more by going to the link in my description box below. If you didn't click off already by the time that the credits rolled, please leave me a comment. Let me know how any of this made you feel. I would love to know what you've been up to over the course of this winter. And that'll be it for this vlog. I promise it won't be as long before I post another video again. Thank you so much for being here, and as always, stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye.